of her. What's the connection? If he has a good wife who behaves well in her private life, how does it relate to the husband's personality? The answer is that the woman has a tremendous influence on the behavior of her husband, how he conducts himself, and what kind of person he becomes. At first it might seem unrelated. He has his own private life, but the sages teach us that the woman is like the engine that drives everything. The sages say, "The wise woman, of whom it is written, the wise woman builds her house, is the wife of On ben Pelet, and the foolish one is the wife of Korach." The famous story from the desert period appears in the Torah. Korach, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, gathered a rebellion against Moses. Everyone had witnessed the revelation at Mount Sinai when God showed his trust in Moses, but Korach organized a rebellion. They were relatives, cousins. Korach was upset that Moses appointed his brother Aaron as the high priest. Moses, who was like the king, the ruler of Israel, led the people out of Egypt. But when it came time to appoint the high priest for the tabernacle, Korach was not happy. He led a rebellion. No matter how much Moses tried to explain that it was God's decision to appoint Aaron, Korach continued his rebellion. Why did Aaron, from the tribe of Levi, become the high priest? Why not any of the other Levites? The Torah says that Moses didn't want to be the leader at first, because he didn't want to overshadow his older brother Aaron. Moses was reluctant to take the position of leadership, and instead asked God to send Aaron. God told him, "Go meet him, and you will see him coming to meet you with joy in his heart." There's a lesson in this. It's easy to say we're happy for someone else, but in our hearts, we might be jealous or feel disappointed. But God assured Moses that Aaron would truly rejoice in Moses' success, and he wouldn't feel any bitterness. Because of this genuine joy, Aaron merited to become the high priest. His ability to rejoice with his brother Moses, without jealousy, earned him the priesthood. By the way, the more we sincerely support and cheer for others, the more we gain. One doesn't lose by rejoicing in the success of others. Then God will give him from other places. Anyway, Moses says to Korach, "Why are you angry at me? I am doing what God says." So Korach said, "I'll take your brother, that's what I did." It's all about favoritism and family connections. And he sparked a rebellion. One of the leaders of the rebellion, as it says, Korach, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On ben Pelet, the son of Reuben, was from the tribe of Reuben. He was one of the leaders of the rebellion. What happened in the end? The earth opened up and swallowed them, creating a pit. Korach and his followers were swallowed by the earth. On ben Pelet was saved. What saved him? His wife saved him. And about her, King Solomon said, "The wisdom of women builds their house." When On returned from the meeting of the rebellion's leaders, he was angry and speaking to himself. "We'll show them. We won't give up. We'll act. We'll do something." His wife heard him and asked, "What are you going to do?" He told her, "Did you see? Moses put all the people there in that meeting against Moses, and he appointed his brother as the high priest. There's justice in the world. We won't give up." The wife of On, who didn't want him to go, knew if she told him, "I won't allow you to go," he would respond, "You don't run my life, I'm going." She didn't oppose him directly. Instead, she asked, "Tell me, my dear husband, if Aaron becomes the high priest, as Moses wants, what will your role be? Where will you be in the picture?" He answered, "But I'm used to being who I am." "But if Korach becomes the high priest, what does that change?" she asked. "Nothing, I'm who I am." "So, if you don't gain anything from this, are you sure you want to get involved? What's the point?" She spoke to him in such a way that he started to understand, though it was difficult for him to step back due to his male ego. He finally said, Yes, but I've already promised them. There's a big demonstration soon. I'm supposed to give the main speech against Moses. All the leaders of the rebellion will come to take me. We've set the time. It's awkward if I don't go. They'll say I'm backing down. She said to him, "That's the problem. You're worried about what they'll say. Leave it to me. I'll handle it so you come out of this without any trouble." She managed to persuade him so that he agreed, but it was uncomfortable for him. She told him, "All right, now come and have lunch." She served him several glasses of fine wine, and after he drank, his head started to spin, so he went to sleep. As soon as he fell asleep, she sat at the entrance of the tent. They were in the desert, sitting in tents. She sat at the entrance, removed her head covering, and began to comb her hair. In those days everyone wore head coverings. The distinguished men who had invited on Ben Pele to be the main speaker at the demonstration came to take him. He was an important man, and they wanted to bring him to the protest. When they arrived at the entrance of his tent, they recoiled. A woman was sitting there without a head covering, combing her hair. It was like today when a woman is bathing. Who would enter in such a situation? Back then, everyone was very particular about modesty. They said, "Well, how long does it take to comb hair? 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Let's do a loop and come back." They made a round and came back. She was walking from right to left, then back again, forward, forgetting to finish combing her hair each time they passed. The public was waiting there. Eventually they said, "All right, we'll give up on Ben Pele and find someone else." When everyone was swallowed by the earth, Ben Pele and his family were saved. Who saved them?